Gerald Brister, and I want to continuation a little bit on our videos about the welding family. I spoke in a couple other videos about some things I'd seen welders do to help other welders, but I got to tell you too that sometimes welders don't always do the right thing. So I don't want you to be blindsided. Got a lot of experience, seen a lot of things. I was on a job in Northern California about 6, 7, 8 years ago, and there was only 2 welders on the job. One was a young man that was probably in his middle 20s. It was a union job, and I was the other welder there. And there was a superintendent there, and I'd heard of him before, never met him. And he's kind of a tough guy, and he was a smarty guy. He was probably a little younger than me, but a little older. And he did not like this young welder, and he was giving him a fit. He was on him all the time. The inspector was on him. Anyway, the inspector was pretty snotty. The superintendent was, he was kind of a bad guy. He wanted to be a tough guy. They weren't messing with me, a little bit because I was older and because they kind of knew who I was a little bit. And I don't think they thought I was much somebody to be messed with. This young man kept on, and finally he came to me, and he wasn't in tears, but he was pretty broken-hearted. And he said, "I can't get these guys off my back." So I said, "Okay, I'm going to go over and talk to him." So I went and talked to him, and I said, "Okay, we're going to be a little nicer," but they weren't. So finally this young man comes to me and he says, "Gerald, I just can't take it anymore." And he said, "I think I'm going to have to quit." I said, "Well, you're my brother. You're not going to quit by yourself." I said, "We'll both quit, and maybe that'll break them to sucking eggs." So we quit, rolled our bottles off, and they didn't want me to go. But we left. I backed his plate, and found out about 2 weeks later, they called him on the phone, talked to him, and he went back. So he went back after I backed his plate, and I lost about $20,000 on that deal. Well, why would you do it, Gerald? Because it's the right thing to do. I'm Gerald W. Brister, and that's your tip for today.